Hello, everybody. It's Murialda here once again, and I'm still working from home, even though it's October and it's starting to get dark a little bit early. So I busted out the light, and we've got a box in front of us. Yes, we've got a box, and it's a fairly large box for a single figure. Woohoo! Had to upgrade to DHL once again to get this box home, but once I did, and she shipped out, about a day to get here. So yeah, you've read the title already. You've seen the thumbnail. You know who this is. This is Albedo, the Sobin version of her. So let's go ahead and get the box open, and then we'll look at her, and we'll talk about her, and we'll do all the typical unboxing stuff, because that's what we do here. We unbox figures, and we put up videos of Milo being all cute. So I got Albedo from Big in Japan, and they package pretty well. Got nice tape, good cardboard. We got paper and bubble wrap. Woohoo! So we'll pull her out, get the box off to the side, and put it down. And well, does it fit in frame? Not really. It's a big, tall box. Albedo, it turns out, is a big girl. So let's get the bubble wrap off. You know, this seems strange. It's like I'm actually getting into and opening the figure and stuff like that without rambling for an hour. This is not like me. Am I sick? Or am I just excited for a figure? Because it's been kind of a while. Okay, so bubble wrap has been freed. And she is still protected inside of a plastic bag this time. So let's get the plastic bag open. Oh, come on. I think this one came from Union Creative. They used bigger, stronger tape. Okay, there we go. Finally, we've got her on shipping boxed. So yes, we have in front of us the beautiful Virgin Succubus. We have Albedo, the Sobin version of her. She is from Overlord. This is a non-scale figure, so whatever it is, it is. It is manufactured by Union Creative. So, according to MFC, Albedo was released on September 30th of 2020. People in China got her earlier. Who knows? Who knows what her actual release date was? She got into stock at Big in Japan on the 29th, when I had pre-ordered her way back on December 28th of 2019. I prepaid for her. She was cheaper at Big in Japan than any other store, so that's why I went there. And, well, I paid for EMS shipping. EMS shipping is still dead, to the US at least. So, Big in Japan sent me an email saying, hey, shipping's dead. We can either hold it or you can pay for DHL. Or do surface shipping, which I will never do surface shipping. So I paid for DHL. So a couple people have gotten her before me because I had that day delay. But it is what it is. I got her at Big in Japan, as I've said many times, and I paid 18,990 yen, which was $180.36. So Albedo is not cheap. And all together, EMS plus the $10 upgrade to DHL shipping cost 5,500 yen, or about $55 to ship her. So whatever I saved on her getting her at Big in Japan instead of Ami, I probably lost in shipping, because Ami does have a DHL deal. But anyways, enough rambling. Let's get this big, beautiful succubus open. There's the top of her box, by the way, and the bottom. And we never really talked about the box, but we've got a nice big open window of her. Nice promotional art of her. I like the Overlord. It kind of looks like Bones, an Albedo Sobin version. Nice side view of her on the side. And another good view of her full-sized. And then a little tiny picture on the back with all the warnings. Now that we've done that, we can cut open the 3 seals on the top of the box. It's a pretty heavy-duty cardboard box, so she should be well protected. And we'll pull her out. And she does have a bit of weight to her. Inside is just like dark marble stone pattern. Nothing exciting on the inside. So there is Albedo in her blister packaging. Can maybe move her a little closer now. So spin around. We can see that she is kind of leaning backwards, so we're not going to be too terrible rough with her right now. Okay. And let's get her open. So a lot of people talk shit about Union Creative. I haven't really had much problems with them, though I did have the issue with Lala earlier this year where I had to ship her back because there was a piece missing. But not always the greatest quality company, but not always the worst quality company like people love to make them out to be. So we'll see how Albedo turns out. As I said, some people have gotten her before me. And some of them, they've had like marks on her. Some of them said she was perfect. So I hope I'm one of the perfect people. So we've got her big base. If we can rip the tape off. Come on, open. Thank you. Unfortunately, Union Creative does love to do these boring black matte bases. And it's just a black disc with some pig holes. I'd say it's probably about 8 inches wide based off the turntable. And then we've got Albedo. And she comes in one piece, and she is quite the hefty girl. So be careful when you pick her up. Her hair was stabbed through the plastic. So again, be careful when you're deplasticking her. So piece wrapped around her body and then around her wings. There are a couple plastic blisters between her wings and her legs to add a little bit more support to them, so things don't flop around in shipping. And this one is actually taped to the plastic. So now we can take the big plastic sheet from around her, set her down. She is definitely a big girl. And we'll put the blister off to the side so we can look at her. And so far, just going to do a quick once over. So she is pretty good, but not perfect. So I see a little scuff on her horn, and on her dress by her armpit, there's a little bit of crud. But other than that, I think she's pretty good. At least my copy of her. So not going to complain. I can probably clean those couple things off with, a little eraser, just a little bit of carefulness. But there is Albedo's face. You know what? I'm just trying to think. Should I get her on the base and then do close-ups or what? Because she is standing on the table and the camera is kind of hard to maneuver. Let's just do this. So yeah, she's kind of looking off to the side and she's got the open mouth, kind of a, dazed and confused look on her. She's got the big giant boobs. Big and giant, with a little gap. You know me and my gaps. I love my gaps. The cleavage is welded together. She does have her spider web pattern little necklace on. She's got nice blue fingernail polish on mostly individualized fingers. She does have the little ribbon wrapped around them as well. So she is wearing a brown belt with a nice gold buckle. Paint-wise, nice and clean. There's a little bit of shading in her nice, simple sweater top. Not a whole lot. Good wrinkles, though. Important question. The answer is black. And if we look, spin around, I don't know if we can see it on camera, but it's quite detailed down there. Lots of folds and wrinkles. Not really camel toe, but kind of. Well, we got her like that. Again, it's kind of hard to see, but she does have fingernail polish on the little balled up hand under her wing. Speaking of the wings, yeah, look at those feathers. Very, very good. Good detail on the feathers. They're shading. And like they're all so individualized. So that's why she's so expensive, is these heavy, heavy wings. It's got a nice garter holding the two pieces of the leg together. And it's black with a nice white design. Very cleanly painted. Really probably just pad printed on there. It's definitely not hand painted. Good kneecaps and some shading around the sides of them. And she has some very, very strappy sandals. So they go all the way up her calves. And they have that little heart design from her toes all the way up to the calf. Top of the calf. Nice strap going all the way up in the back. With little silver buttons. Cute little bows on her heels. And she is definitely wearing high heels. And toes, again, the blue toenail polish. And they're all, I mean, they're sculpted individually, but they are all one piece, which is typical of shoes and toes. She's got nice spiderweb patterns on whatever ankle guards those are. Her hair, it's black with some blue highlights. It fades to a blue. At the top, it's got some blue highlights. It is kind of meh right there. You can see multiple pieces where it's glued on, but again, you're not really going to be looking at her from the back very often unless you're looking for her hair. So it's not going to be too bad. The hair has a lot, and I mean a lot, of little individual tendril strands. So again, a lot of detail was put into her hair. There's a little extra plastic right in there on that one strand, but not bad. And again, nice little bow on her wrist. So let's go ahead and get her on the base. We do see this foot has 2 pegs and this foot has 1. So spin the base around. And she fits very easily into the peg holes on the base. Let me put her on the table so I can apply a little bit of downward pressure. And put her back up and do a spin around. But kind of center her back into the camera. Pull her a little closer. There we go. And we'll do the spin around, like I said, several times again. Oh, I forgot to mention the other horn that doesn't have the little mark. It's got a little bow tied around it with a little skull. We'll get a close-up of that later. But yeah, spinning Albedo around. She is quite cute for a virgin succubus. I think Union Creative, this one is a definite pass from me. As I said, there's a couple little marks on her, but nothing that I am worried about. I can most likely clean them up without much trouble. And I just noticed, let's see if we can get the camera on it, but her back, let's see, maybe if we move like this to a light, and not really. She's got like a strappy back. So it's not a solid piece of fabric back there. It goes to just wraps around her sides a little bit, and then there's straps going around between them. And you can't really see because of all that hair. So, yeah, it is what it is. But while we got her close, there is the little skull ornament I was talking about on her horn, if it will focus. There we go. Nice and detailed. So, you've heard me say she's a big girl, and you've seen her on camera, but a lot of times it's hard to tell. And with it being a non-scale, it's hard to tell again, because you can't just say, oh, it's a 1/7 or it's a 1/8. Honestly, I saw a picture on MSC of her next to a figure I own, and I own another figure that's similar size. We have Dayu. We brought her out. So, Albedo is taller than Dayu. Dayu is a 1/6 scale figure, and a fairly large one at that. So, I would say Albedo is probably around a 1/6 scale figure. Maybe on the big side. Who knows? But, like I said, I just brought Dayu out for comparison's sake, because she is a known 1/6 scale figure, and I know a lot of people like her, because she is a cast-off figure. Albedo is not, and I don't display Dai as cast-off. So again, we'll put her off to the side, and I'm just going to take the camera out of the stand now. Sorry for the shakiness, but I want to do more close-ups, because like I said, a lot of people complain about Union Creative, and sometimes rightfully so. So I'll show you my figure and let you make up your mind if you like her or not. So as I said, a little bit of crud on her horn and a little on the top. Nice detail on her ear. Hair, like I said, there's a bunch of glued on strands, but nothing no other figure has. So it's very similar to that. She's got the big giant boobs. Again, they are welded in the center, but it's a deep weld. It's sculpted nicely, so it's not obviously, annoying. Good collarbone and detail on her neck. Here's her belt and her other hand. The important question, the answer, and her nice strappy boots. Very strapping young lady. And again, just look at that wing. Look at that wing. Look at the wings from the back and the hair. Little bit of crud or paint chip on that one. I'll look at it later. And again, the back. Let's see. I'm going to put you back in the stand now, because I want to see if maybe if I take her off the base, if we can see the back a little better. So, and not really, it just becomes a crotch shot. But you can maybe, if you have night vision goggles on or your brightness turned way up, you may be able to see the strappiness on her back. But, look at that view. Just look at that view. Look at the little bulges and the cheeks and the backs of the knees and the important questions and the answers to the important questions. Put her back on the base. Again, the peg holes line up very well with the pegs on her legs, so don't have to spread her legs or anything like that. And we have Albedo, the Soben version of her. Again, Albedo is from Overlord. She is a non-scale figure made by Union Creative. She was released, who knows when, but according to MFC on September 30th of 2020. I ordered her on December 28th of 2019 from Big in Japan. She's a big girl, has a big box, so shipping was expensive for me. If you get it from a different store like AmiAmi, they, as I said, have a deal going on with DHL, so you may get her cheaper. But Big in Japan had her originally at the cheaper price of 18,990 yen, or $180.36. So she is not cheap, but I think I got my money's worth out of her. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Bye-bye.